Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Baseball Together podcast, Baseball Family. Brig and I took this week off, so we thought we would include our 3 favorite segments from the last 6 months. We have baseball on TV versus radio, the unwritten rules of baseball, and we have our instant classic, sunflower seed taste test. Enjoy.
Nine Plus Us presents the Baseball Together podcast with your hosts, Blackjack Brad and Kansas City Little Big Briggy Blue Eyes. And now, Baseball Together.
We're going to talk about something that I think is really important and actually came up for me today between me and some of my friends, and I want to just talk about it. So, and then we're going to talk about meaningless predictions for the season. But first, let's get into how we are going to consume baseball and what are our preferences for consuming baseball because we can't go, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Brad, I really feel like there are 2 solid options and then the crappy option that you only use when you're in a work meeting and you're supposed to be paying attention, but you're not actually paying attention. That is the play-by-play updates and the little, animated field that they give you on the apps that you can watch.
Yeah.
Ball drops over here, strike zones here, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to count that one in among the better options.
Right.
Though if I am in a meeting where I can't get out of, I will sit and watch the diagram populate.
Oh, yeah. I used to do that. Like, I would work like a 1 to 9 shift in the pharmacy when I was in college. And from 7 to 9, nobody would come in, and I couldn't actually get the game. Like, we'd have a game on the radio, but it was always the Giants because the pharmacist anyway. Shout out to Jesse if you're listening in Connecticut. But I would have a game on my phone, and I'd be watching the dots. That's how I watched games from 7 to 9 because nobody came in. But
That's right.
yeah, so I get it.
Yep. So really the 2 remaining good options, and I actually think there's some debate here on which is best, which is why I'm bringing it up, Brad. I think that we should talk about the merits between television and radio for consuming baseball. Brad, you and I have talked about it, but I think we should talk about it some more.
Yeah.
What do you like better? Do you just blanketly? I want to talk about why, but right now, do you like baseball on television or do you like baseball on the radio? Better.
I prefer baseball on the radio. And it's
what?
Well, okay. Hold on. I prefer
Don't backpedal now. You were so confident.
Well, it's because I prefer the play-by-play of radio. Okay, like if I work a lot at night. I do a lot of work at night, and rather than having the game on and trying to distract myself watching it, I'll turn on the radio version because I prefer radio play-by-play guys way over TV guys, like so much. So I prefer the play-by-play of radio, but if I can actually sit down and watch a game, like sit down and actually pay attention, I prefer TV. But I still mute the play-by-play because I don't like to listen to it. Does that make sense?
Interesting. And yeah, there's a lot of divided opinion out there, and I actually know a lot of people who turn on the television to watch but mute the television announcers, the commentators. In fact, yeah, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, like if I'm working, I'll turn on the radio broadcast on my TV so that I'm not distracted by it. Because I really like to listen to it on radio. Like during the day when I'm working, I'll find any day game and listen to the radio broadcast. It doesn't matter who it is. The White Sox guys, by the way, are really good. I can't remember their names, but they're
fantastic.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That's true.
So, what about you, Brig? How do you prefer to consume your baseball?
Well, Brad, it's funny you should ask because I happen to have a very definitive opinion.
Okay.
I prefer the radio too. What? Yes. No questions asked. I don't think we've ever had this very clear question asked between the 2 of us, but I prefer radio better.
Yeah, there's so
I
much
prefer
more
radio
about it
better.
that's better.
That was the worst sentence I've said in my life.
More, better, greater than.
I prefer the radioist in the most betterest of the baseball times.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is funny because baseball fans are killed for living in the past, not willing to adapt technology, and just being
I
old timey. And it's like, yeah, I love baseball on the radio. Yeah, you would, baseball
Right,
fan.
Yeah. Yeah, forget you. Yeah, you would.
But I, honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
exactly right.
I'm the exact same way with football and basketball. I much prefer the radio play-by-play over the TV play-by-play because there's too much extra stuff
Yeah.
that I don't care about. Unless it's A-Rod, because he brings so much to the table that I learn. But anyways.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. And I'm a glutton for that information. I just want him to do a lecture series or something.
I'd be there. I'd be there for that.
Yeah, for sure. He should do a master class. Ooh, we should call master class and see if they can. Your new baseball instructor is Alex Rodriguez.
There we go. There we go.
And then the violins, they come right in. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I think, I think there's a lot of merit to both. Mm-hmm. For me, when I watch, I agree with you. The play-by-play on the radio side is much sharper. You get more color, you get more visceral experience because what you're subjecting yourself to storytelling. You're subjecting yourself to somebody who's charged with providing you this visual experience without the actual visual experience. Mm-hmm. And I think that doing that well is art in its purest form, right? That's communication in its purest form as well. And to bring a game to life without being there and even without being able to view it successfully is unbeatable. When it's done well, it's magical.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I
think you lose a lot of that on television.
Yeah, you do. And I feel like the guys on TV, they don't always do this, and they don't all do it. And like part of it is letting the game breathe. But they also kind of lean on the visual aspect where you can't really do that for radio. Like you can wait, like the pitcher's set, you can wait for the pitch. I'm fine with that because you can still hear what's going on. You can still hear, that, like, you can hear set, the wind up, the pitch, and then you hear the pop. They don't have to be talking through every pitch. It's just fine because you still get the experience. But with TV, they lean on it a lot more where they're not even saying the set, the pitch, that they just they let you take it in visually. So I don't know. That's just me.
So I have a couple of other thoughts. I think that the television guys don't have to worry so much about ad spots, and the radio people, their play-by-play is always peppered with a little 3 to 5 second pre-recorded in some cases, but sometimes read. In fact, I was listening to the Yankees game tonight, the Yankees Nationals game, instead of I could have watched it, but I chose to listen to it. And Susan Waldman is one of my favorite people to listen to because she's
so funny.
She's so snotty though.
She is. But it's so funny though, hearing a professional broadcaster that snotty on the biggest broadcast in the country. Like it's either the Dodgers or the Yankees. For sure. And she's doing that on a Yankees broadcast.
So tonight she read an ad spot and she got through it and she said, "John, what did I just read?" and then she read it again. And it was a jumbled mess of ad copy. I mean, it was written so poorly that I sat like, we have, degrees in journalism and broadcast as part of that. And we were like, okay, hold on. I was like, wait a minute. She reads it again. And then she says, "What is this for? Gambling?" And John Sterling says, "Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I think so."
If the pros who are contracted to say it don't know what it's for, nobody else going to figure it out.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
But I'll tell you what, I know how to donate my car for kids. You don't even worry about it.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
KARS, Cars for Kids. I got it all day
Yep.
long, man.
And that's the thing is you become so familiar with those when you listen to them on the radio because they're peppered so much throughout the broadcast, and it might be 5 seconds or 10 seconds tops, but you're constantly.
Oh,
getting
yeah,
it.
tops.
Constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's so funny, though.
but the color commentary, I feel like the color commentary between radio and television is so different as well, because the color commentator, for those of you that don't know, broadcast journalism is typically broken down into two parts. There's the play-by-play person, and then there's the color person. And the play-by-play person, their job is to literally give you the play-by-play, and the color commentator, their role is to provide you with the fluff stuff, the color, the backstory, the fun and interesting facts, the statistics
and
you
break
might not
it
have.
down. Break it all down.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why you often get, like, John Schmaltz is a great example. Television. John Schmaltz is now television, but he provides color commentary to Joe Buck's play-by-play. John Schmaltz brings the expertise to the table. Joe Buck delivers the moment-by-moment beats of the story. So, so I feel like the difference between color commentators is really where the rubber meets the road. When comparing these two, consumption models or whatever.
And in some cases, like you have Bob Uecker doing play-by-play for the Brewers, which that is absolutely the best listen in Major League Baseball. Because
it's
Uecker's
great,
hilarious, and his color guy's job is to basically laugh at his jokes, and it doesn't take much because he's so funny. Uecker's making jokes throughout the thing, and his color guy's just cracking up the whole game. Like I can't imagine that's an easy job.
Yeah. Oh my word. Well, and so you get if you think back to guys like Vin Scully, and I know he's the quintessential example, but he is for a reason. You talk about Vin Scully, and he did both somehow, and it's just incredible. So yeah, the last thing I want to say, and Brad, I want your opinion on this. How do you feel about homerism, whether it be on television or on the radio? And for those of you that don't know, homerism is when the local commentator is overly interested in making sure the team's successes are celebrated and not quite as interested in making sure that the opposing team's successes are celebrated. That's a really broad stroke definition, but Brad, what do you think?
As long as it's a local broadcast, I'm all for it. I mean, you're supposed to be pumping up the team for the home crowd, right? For the home fans at their homes. So you might as well be. I don't like it. It bugs me I should say this. When I was younger, it bugged me on national broadcasts, like if I felt like I heard it. But now, like, you're gonna hear it in the broadcaster's voice just because of personal framing, right? Like the way you see it. Because I remember growing up in the '90s watching Jordan play, and it was always Jordan, yes, and I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are Bulls fans. This is ridiculous. No, it's that Michael Jordan was dominating everybody, and that was just the call. Was yes,
Yep.
And so you feel like you hear it, but in the regional or the home broadcast, or whatever, please do. It's fun. It's tons of fun. Like you can hear, it helps with the tone of the game. If the broadcasters are excited, it makes you more excited. If they're just, home run to left, excellent, 2-run home run, ball game is now 2-0 in the top of the 9th inning. Very good.
And we all clap.
yeah. Like nobody likes that. And that's why you don't watch golf, because it's boring for that. No, you want the homerism. I feel like, and I feel like you want the homerism in your home broadcast, and it can be painful if your team is playing and you're watching that home broadcast and they're trashing on your team. It's like, I used to get so mad, but then when I finally understood exactly what was going on, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. Just mute it. But what about you? Do you like the homerism in broadcasts?
Yeah. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
And I agree with everything you've said. The only thing I agree, especially with everything you said about it being the local guy or gal. Like, they're the ones that should be screaming and yelling and so excited and setting this tone and all the things you said. The one thing I think is a problem with this topic is that it's not being done enough. And I don't know why. And obviously I listen to John Sterling and Susan Waldman. They are the radio team for the Yankees. But I wonder if it's because it is such a large market and because there is such an expansive geography that they're covering of people tuning in. I mean, I'm in South Carolina and I'm still tuning in. So I wonder if there's something there about having a national level professionalism or an international level sort of. But I feel like John really holds back, and it bugs the crap out of me. I wish John was hooting and hollering. You know, I need him to be all in, because when the Yankees are doing poorly, they bring it down a notch, and they let their criticisms flow freely. But I don't see that reciprocated on the celebratory side. And that bugs me. Like, if you're going to do one, do both, you know?
Yeah. And for me, I wonder if sometimes when you're too close to something, it's easier to be critical. It's hard to see the good.
Sure.
And I wonder if that's part of it. Part of it might be jaded. I mean, I don't know how long John Sterling's been calling Yankee games, but he might be a little bit jaded. But
I'll tell you right. It's like a bazillion years.
Yeah, and that's what I assume. I think I see here. Last year he called 5,000 straight before taking a day off.
That's right. That was he got the flu.
So that was last year in July, and so that he could be just jaded after 5,000 games. I don't know, but no. And one quick thing before we move on, man, we've gone a long way too long with this. But anyways, when I was with the Orem Owls, the radio broadcaster for the team that summer, he was a college intern, and his goal, I believe, was to, like, from what I understood talking to him, his goal was to be a national radio broadcaster. He wanted to do radio. He didn't want to do TV. So he was incredibly professional. He didn't even wear team hats. He wore a team hat because that's what he was supposed to do for work. Outside of work, he didn't have any team hats that he wore. Everything was neutral. And his broadcast was very neutral. He was very good, but his broadcast was incredibly neutral. On the other hand, there were teams that would come into town. The Owls that season, they won the Pioneer League, and
the whole thing.
One of the broadcasters, when the other team, like, it looked like the out of town team was going to win the game in advance, he was leaning outside of the broadcast booth, outside the window, cheering and pumping his fists. Yes, they just scored, and they go up 2-1. You know, whatever, and it was like. I was like, man, that guy's like pumped. You know, we were all just kind of laughing because we hadn't seen anything like that all summer. We had seen our guy, you know, was either sitting or he would stand if he needed to stretch his legs. And, you know, he was no influx. But that out of town guy, this was his job. This was basically his second job with this team. And so he let it flow. And looking back, it's like, that was actually pretty cool to see. You know, the one guy in the stadium cheering, and it happened to be the radio guy. But I'd like to see more.
That's cool.
But anyways.
Yeah.
So we talked about blowouts, and we talked about no-hitters. Let's talk unwritten rules. There are some unwritten rules that are associated with each. And this is the thing that I think is funny is the rules are unwritten for a reason. Okay, let me just get this out of the way to start with.
Wait. Are you on your soapbox?
I'm just gonna say. Just let me say it real quick.
Okay.
So anytime I hear of the unwritten rules of baseball, I think of Captain Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean. Only appropriate that I'm wearing my pirate baseball shirt tonight.
Yeah.
I think of when they say, stick to the code. The code be but guidelines.
That's right.
That's really what the unwritten rules are. It's guidelines to be playing with etiquette. I guess you could say playing politely and having good sportsmanship.
Yes.
But that being said, all of those standards are also from the 19th century. Well, all of them, most of them, because that's where the unwritten rules come from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it started at the beginning of the game. Oh, we play gentlemanly. Yes, put your bow tie tight and say yes.
Oh wow.
Like that's
yeah.
That,
Okay.
I always anytime I go into that voice, I channel my great grandpa, because anytime he'd try to teach us something, he'd be like this, see. Like, thanks, Grandpa.
Well, he sounds like a terrific fella.
He's a stand-up guy.
A real swell guy, you'd say.
Yeah, it's a real swell guy. Yeah.
He's a real
But anyways,
swell guy.
so Brig, that's where the unwritten rules come from, and that's why I feel like they've been challenged so much lately, because they've been in the game for over 150 years, whatever.
150 years, yeah, right.
And a lot of them are out of date, and part of the unwritten rules are why MLB is fighting an uphill battle to bring in a younger demographic.
Right.
I mean, am I wrong there?
I don't think you're wrong. Said the man.
Are you fighting curmudgeonry there?
Yes.
I knew it.
I even have my
could,
hands interlaced.
Feel
my fingers
it
interlaced.
coming through my headphones as you're sitting there listening to me talk. It was just like poking me right in my ear. Curmudgeonry.
I just am so excited to talk about this.
But so those are the things we're going to talk about. We just talked about where they came from. Let's talk about what are they. What are the unwritten rules? What are some of the unwritten rules?
All right.
So let's go ahead and get into some of these unwritten rules. Brig, you mentioned one earlier. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
So no, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to segue into that. So this weekend during Alec Mills' no-no, I had the opportunity to talk about what a no-no means to a friend of mine and kind of explain, not just the technicalities of it, but the details, the nuances, if you will, right? And one of the things, so here's the situation. I'm watching the game. I have it on my phone. I'm holding it up, and I'm in my garage while my toddler plays in the street, because that's what kind of parent I am. Just leave me alone. And we're in a cul-de-sac. Okay, leave me alone. But she's in the street, and we're running around, or she's running around. I'm sitting in my garage, and I'm watching the last 3 outs in the 9th inning, right? So out 25 occurs, and I yell very loud, and another neighbor comes out of his garage too. And he said, "Are you okay, Brig?" I said, "Yes, I'm doing great, actually." He says, "Everything, what's going on?" And I said, "Look, history is being made in Chicago right now, but we are not going to talk about it." And he said he must have been able to hear the game audio because it was quite loud. And I said, because he kind of he walked over a little bit, and I said, and he said, "Well, what's happening in Chicago?" I said, "We are not going to talk about it, but it's very exciting." And then he muffled something. I don't know. It may or may not have sounded like no-hitter. I don't know. Maybe. It was this jumbled mess of consonants and vowels. Just kind of, he turned. I couldn't. I wasn't actually paying attention. Who knows what he said? I'm not going to acknowledge it. But he said, he walked away and said, "Oh, okay." He turned around. And he gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it. So then I'm screaming, and everyone knows I'm fine. And we don't talk about it. So that's So one of the things that, in case you didn't know, one of the unwritten rules is that you do not talk about a no-hitter. And this is something I alluded to earlier when I said I get the notification on my phone from MLB.com, and it says there's a no-hit bid through 6 in Chicago or in Milwaukee right now for Cubs
Wrigley
pitcher
North, as
Alec
they like to
Mills.
call it.
And I'm like, what the freak, man? We're not supposed to talk about it. How did I just get a notification? You guys are MLB.com. Pull your head out.
So now here's my thing with not talking to a pitcher during a no hitter. Like, I understand why you don't want it to get it in his head, right? Because he starts pressing, it probably won't make his pitches. I get it.
Right.
I get it. But my question to you is this more of an unwritten rule or is it more of a superstition?
Well, so it's interesting. We didn't get into the divergent mentalities because you're right. It originated as you do not talk to the pitcher during a no-hitter. But
Yeah, like,
it
not
has
at all.
morphed.
He
It
quarantines
has
himself to the
morphed
end of the
into
dugout.
not. Yeah, now you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And so I feel like in the dugout it's an unwritten rule because it's like, dude,
Yes.
you don't say it. You don't want it floating in the ether because you don't want it to land in his ear.
That's right.
And I guess that's where it comes from with the fans too, because you don't want there to be in the stadium. You don't want there to be kind of like a low mumble of no hitter.
no.
No-hitter, he's
Yes,
got a
of
no-no.
course.
Nobody's gonna hit. You know, you don't want that flowing, like I said, through the ether because it might end up in his ear.
That's
But
how I feel.
even like you sitting at home, you're not gonna talk about it with your neighbors. Is that more of a superstition, or does that fit in with the unwritten rules?
And this is what we talked about with my friend. This is 100% superstitious, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And we are a desperately superstitious people, baseball people. We just are. I'm not
Yes,
going to
it's
apologize for it. I
And
just won't.
In fact, I think that's a whole nother episode. Superstition.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But you're right
So-
when it comes to drawing a line between the two. But I think you know the unwritten rule is that you don't talk about it in the dugout. You know, especially bring it up to the pitcher. But
Yeah.
but
Sorry,
it's
go
become
ahead,
a
go ahead.
fan rule.
Yeah, because I had a friend in high school through a perfect game. And,
Wow.
And it was while I was injured. So I was keeping book, and I came to the realization I want to say it was like in the 5th inning or the beginning of the 6th that I was like, Soch has a perfecto going. And I kind of looked at the guy next to me, and he goes, "Don't say a word." It's like, all right,
Yeah.
we got it. And he went on. He finished it. He finished the perfect game. He did it. And I'll tell you this: he's the one guy I caught in my entire life who had big league stuff at 15, and he ended up tearing his rotator cuff and couldn't pitch anymore.
Man.
But that's a whole different thing. But anyways, yeah. So I get it. I get, like, in the dugout, you don't say anything. You don't even get it out there because you don't want the pitcher to get in his own head, because that can happen, especially with pitchers.
Well, and he's already there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So if you read David Cohn's autobiography, Full Count, you'll get a really good insight into what it's like to be a pitcher in a no-hitter and a perfect game scenario. And the way he translates that experience and gives it to us is gold. Mm-hmm. It really is super, super well written.
There's a lot of stuff about that book that's well written, but especially that chapter about the perfect game was fantastic.
Well,
Recommend
the
going
whole
check
thing
it
is
out.
framed in that. Yeah, he starts the narrative, and then he works into it, and then he gets in. Oh, it's just terrific. But
Yeah.
so yes, there are more rules surrounding a no hitter that we should talk about. One of them is
agree.
you do not bunt to break up a no hitter. That's a violation of the unwritten rules. Mm-hmm. And
for me,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say about the bunting. So I don't feel like if you are if you're a guy who doesn't typically bunt, okay, I get it. Especially if the shift is on, because guys aren't, because you're not normally going to bunt to beat the shift anyway. So I don't think that guy should be doing that. Okay, it's kind of a cheap move, especially against the shift. Like, to me, it's like, okay, that's pretty messed up. But a guy like, if you've got like D. Gordon or Billy Hamilton up to bat, and everybody's playing straight up, and you've got 1 or 2 outs in the 9th inning, and you're about to get no hit, like, those guys can absolutely lay down a bunt because that's something they would do normally.
Kyle
I don't feel
Schwarber's
like that
one of the
violates
best
the
in the
rule.
business.
Which is strange to me.
It is. It is. I'm not arguing with you there, but I just want to add that keeping it in Chicago for today, that is absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I feel like that's the way that is. Like not everybody. Like if you want to lay down a bunt because that's what you do, that's fine. Go ahead and do it, but don't like beat the shift when the guy's got 2 outs into the 9th inning because that's bush league. That is to me. But
I don't disagree with you, but I bristle against the idea of being competitive. Right? Like do what it takes to win.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's my thing too.
Yeah.
Is that like it might be bush league, but at the same time, like and that's the thing too is if it's a close game, if it's a 2-0 game and a no hitter,
That's where I draw the line. Yep.
then yeah, go ahead, do what you got to do because
If you're within 2 or 3 runs and you can start a rally on a beat in the shift bunt up the left field or up the left field line,
yeah,
friggin' run it out, man. Drop a bunt, lay it down,
get a double.
You get a double out of it. Yeah, you don't know. That's exactly how I feel. If you're within 2 or 3 runs, I don't care how many outs the other team has. I don't care who the pitcher is. It could be a no-no. Doesn't matter to me. Like, be competitive.
And part of throwing a no-no is getting the tough outs. It's not just the pitcher; it's the defense.
Right. That's right.
It's getting
and that's
the
what
tough outs.
That's what my friend and I talked about this weekend. Was we were talking about how these are tremendous team efforts. I mean, especially a perfect game, but a no-no as well. It is a huge team effort, and the pitcher can't do it alone. I think that King Felix is the last one to record a perfect game. It was in 2012, and I think he did so on the back of 9 strikeouts or something like that.
Yeah,
or 10.
Yeah, he struck out because he was striking guys out all the time back then. It was absurd. But
it wasn't 27 strikeouts. That's what I'm saying.
No,
we're talking. He got just under or about a third of the strikeouts, or of the outs were at the plate. The rest of them were in the field.
Yes, and that's to your point exactly right. That it takes everybody. It takes everybody to be perfect. It takes everybody to get a no hitter. You know,
that's why it's so special.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, we've talked about this before, and we'll move on after this. But what do you think about combined no-nos? Are you as excited about them or not?
No, not at all.
Me neither.
The Mariners threw one several years ago, and I was just kind of like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Throw a complete game if you're going to get a no-no. All right. Now, all right. Do you swing on a 3-0 count? 3 balls, no strikes. Your team is way ahead. Do you swing on a 3-0 count?
Yes.
This is an unwritten rule. That you don't.
Is.
That's the rule states that you don't.
Oh, that's true, right. The rule states that you don't. But do you, in my opinion? Yes. And we talked about this a little bit with Fernando Tatis last week.
Yes.
He hit a grand slam to go up by 10. You're already up 6, which, like we said, in today's Major League Baseball, is not a huge lead.
6
is
big,
not, but it's not insurmountable.
It's not insurmountable.
It's not huge.
Yeah.
So, not only did he swing on a 3-0 pitch up 6, he swung at a 3-0 pitch with the bases loaded, and I'm kind of like, that's fine. Like if you're you're a major league pitcher, make a competitive pitch and get an out.
Right.
If you want to try to get him to chase something, that's fine, but don't just groove something 3-0. I think that's an absolutely absurd rule that guys should be able to swing on any count whenever, because we played in a state tournament in high school where we blew everybody out. I think we ended up our final margin in 5 games was 85 to 6.
Wow.
And it was insane. And our coach came and he told us, he's like, guys, don't swing until you have a strike. Because we were hitting everything, and I don't feel like that's an okay thing. I mean, at that level, because you got to show some more sportsmanship because kids have feelings. But at the major league level,
they don't.
I don't care about your feelings. Your bank account is your feelings, and you can go home and you can cry on $100 bills. So,
wow. Ruthless Blackjack Brad.
Maybe it is the beard. I don't know. But no, I don't feel like at the major league level, you're a professional. Play professionally, get an out. I don't care what the count is. I don't care what the score is. You've got to get 27 outs to get out of the game, and nobody should be going easy on you because you're a grown man.
Yep, I absolutely agree with that, actually.
So,
I'm going to skip the looking at a home run one. I feel like we beat that to a pulp. We talk about that all the time. The rule is that you don't stand in the box and wait for your home run to clear the fence. That's the idea. I agree. Don't do it. You want to play baseball like a baby back, you know what, then you can stand in the box. And then you get thrown a baseball at your head. And we're going to talk about that later. But the next rule, let's talk about this. Do not steal bases if your team is ahead by a significant amount. Think of all the squishy language in that one.
And that's what you talk about being competitive.
Yes.
Be competitive from start to finish. You don't go out there and say, "Oh, we're up 6. I'm not going to run." I mean, especially with nowadays when guys have enough incentives built into their contracts. I mean, I watched the Mariners a couple weeks ago. They were still in bases up. Up 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing in a walk-off because the Padres came back and scored 7 runs.
Of course they did.
In 1 inning. So play to win the game, in the words of Herm Edwards.
Right. Until it's
if
over.
If that means stealing bases, if that means stealing bases, go steal bases.
Right. Swing at a 3-0 pitch, what do you care?
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't care about their kids. Right? Like, come on. You're there to win baseball games.
Yeah. That's right. You don't care about their kids.
Yeah. Now, all right. Last one, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
If the pitcher gives up back-to-back homers, 2 batters come up, both of them launch them out. They dropping bombs on this dude. Are you allowed to swing at the first pitch of the next at-bat, that third, the subsequent batter? Now, the unwritten rule is that you are not allowed to do that.
Right.
How do you feel about this, Brad?
It's the same thing with 3-0. Don't go in there and just groove a pitch because you don't think the guy's going to swing. Go out there and make competitive pitches.
Yep.
And especially if you're out there grooving pitches, at what point do you just at what point are you giving up as a pitcher?
Well, and what are you allowing to influence your decision to give up?
Mm-hmm.
See, because to me, this is all about the mental game. This is all about who's tough, who's not, who can hang, who can't. This is resilience in the moment. This is all kinds of things. And really, if I'm letting you throw the first pitch for a grooved strike, right down the pipe, no juice, no nothing, it's like, come on, man, I'm going to drill that, right?
Oh, definitely. Because
I'm not
how
doing
many of
you
those
any
in your
favors.
life are you even going to get? Hitting is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Don't let the good pitches go by. And I don't
Agreed.
feel like you can in any situation, especially if the 2 guys in front of you hit home runs, go up there and hit a home run on the first pitch. Who cares?
Yep.
Because
I actually... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hey, Jinx, you owe me a candy bar.
The last thing I want to say about this, if I have a pitcher who is not mentally strong enough, like you said, to work through giving up back-to-back home runs, in the words of my high school baseball coach, he's not that damn good anyway. I don't need him.
Yep.
So
that's very good.
That's my opinion on that.
All right, baseball family, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into more of these, and we have more to say. And I bet you didn't see that coming. All right, baseball family, welcome back. We're going to talk more unwritten rules of the game. Obviously, we don't have time to get into every one of them, so we're going to cherry pick a couple of these and move through them that way. Some of them are ridiculous, as I think, have clearly stated, but perhaps we should take some time and talk about some that are less ridiculous. Brad, what do you think?
Well, this one that I kind of get this one, but at the same time it is a little bit ridiculous. A pitcher who's removed from the game in the middle of an inning must stay in the dugout until the end of the inning. It's like,
yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, like you're in. It shows that you're in with the team, right?
Okay.
But I can also see you've been out in the dugout or out in the bullpen for a while. You might have to go to the bathroom. I mean, we had an incident this weekend, right? So, like, if you gotta go, you gotta go. That's cool. But come back, hang out with the team. Doesn't matter if you just got rocked for 7, 8 runs, whatever. Go sit in the dugout, eat some seeds, drink some Gatorade, and then when it's over,
pull a
you can go ahead
prank
and
on
go shower.
somebody.
Yeah.
That's right.
Put some bubble
That's
gum
what
on
I
a
say.
hat, whatever. Just
that's
you
perfect.
can unwind in the dugout. You don't have to go unwind in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
There's plenty
Well,
to
and you
do
should
in the dugout,
unwind with your
trust me.
people.
Yes, you really should.
Yeah. So what about a pitcher not indicating that they are displeased or at all discouraged by the play or lack thereof of one of their fielders?
Okay, so the way I look at this is an error. Should not
Right.
indicate displeasure with an error, because errors
Right, that is
happen.
the
Errors
official
happen.
rule.
To me, like if an error happens, like it's just the nature of the game. You've got uneven ground. Sometimes you got even a pebble. Like we saw a ball hit off third base the other day, and the Marlins third baseman made a great play on it. Granted,
Right.
that wouldn't have been an error, but just like just you pick each other up in baseball. You don't put each other down. It's a hard enough game as it is that if something like that happens, you shouldn't be like, golly. Don't make any faces. Nothing. You can make faces on a bad hop because that's out of their control.
Sure.
Just like, man, but
dang.
But don't get down on guys. Defense is hard enough to play as it is. Don't make it any harder, because if they get in their own head, same thing with pitching. If fielders get in their own head, we saw with Chuck Knobloch, a great second baseman, got the yips, couldn't throw the ball to first base anymore.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So,
all right, so let's swing all the way over to the other side. Let's talk about stuff that I think makes a little bit more sense. How about not rubbing the part of your body that was hit by a pitch?
Okay, tell me about that.
So, I mean, this just comes down to machismo, honestly, and toughness.
That's really what it is. And my thing is like, it hurts. Rub it, man.
You think so? See, no,
Yeah,
I'm like, no, you can't have the satisfaction.
Yeah, no, it hurts. Like, rub it. I
Yeah.
don't care. Make it feel like, if you need a little bit of ice, man, do it. Like, you need that magic spray. Yeah, do what you got to do. It hurts to get hit with a
man,
baseball.
no, I totally disagree with you. Okay, there's nothing more exciting than watching a dude get drilled in the small of the back and him turning around cold as ice and staring that pitcher in the face, and not one iota of pain is on his face. There's nothing better.
I'll give you this.
We're talking 100,000 people between the attended fans and the people on TV go, oh, and then he just turns slow and cold. There is nothing better than that.
Okay, let me give you this. I will say this. Out of anywhere on my body, I would much rather get hit in the back, because I'm not going to rub it because I can't reach it. But second, like, it's easiest to take a ball in the back. Okay? Like, don't rub the back. But you get hit in the butt or the leg.
Yeah. Right.
Give it a little bit of rub, Rub
No,
that
I
pain
disagree.
off a little bit. And especially you get hit in the hand or the wrist.
That's different. The hand is different.
Okay.
Sure.
There are certain
but you get
places
hit in the
that
meat.
hurt way worse than others.
Yeah,
and I
of
think
course.
you have license to rub that. But the back, stare him down,
Yes.
go walk down to first base, and then go steal second on him.
Exactly. And I'm the same way with anywhere where there's a bunch of meat. I'm talking you get hit in the butt, you get hit in the thigh. Mm-hmm. Look, it's going to hurt like crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
we all know
pictures of
that.
it.
But it is your job to look unaffected. That is an unwritten rule I firmly believe in.
And I've just always thought it was funny, because I remember getting hit. Don't rub it. I'm going to rub it. It hurts. You go ahead and rub it too. I don't care.
Well, you can rub it when you get to first base, fool. Like,
Well, that's when you rub it. You take your base like a man, and then you go rub it when you get to first base. That's what I'm saying.
What I say. That's what I say, and
All right.
it's all machismo, and it's all BS, and it's all bad for you. But it's still an unwritten rule, and I think it's one that makes perfect sense. You are representing the team, you are representing yourself, and you're not allowed to look like a baby back you-know-what at the box. You have got to stand there and deliver a cold, searing gaze back to the dude who may or may not have intentionally thrown that ball at you. And if they did intentionally throw it, let's get into the next unwritten rule. Are you well within your rights or not to start chirping on your way to first base, maybe throw something or charge? What do you think of that?
Okay, so if somebody throws at you intentionally, do not touch that spot where they hit you. Absolutely not. Okay, like I'm with you on that one.
Absolutely not.
Do
Yes.
not.
Unless
fact,
it's in the face.
You run down, in fact, you strut down to first base, maybe swell up and flex on them a little bit, and call them a couple names and tell them you bring that all day because it doesn't even hurt. Nice change up,
That's right.
sucker. Like that's
Peacock.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Absolutely, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, you peacock all the way down and tell them nice change up, nice curveball, whatever, when you know they brought the heat, because nothing pitchers hate more than that.
That's right. Exactly
So-
right. You telling me my 95 mile an hour looked like a changeup?
Yeah.
Well, now they're in their head. See, that's where this.
Yep.
See, the cool thing about a lot of these unwritten rules, some of them are complete BS.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like, let's be nice to each other. And like, come on, man, stop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is a ruthless cutthroat game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't perform, the other guy will, and you'll get DFA'd.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it is you have to perform. Period. End of story. But some of these rules are about reputation and team morale and all this other stuff that goes into the subtext, the nuances of the game that I think are undeniable. That you can't if we ever get away from them, we're going to be in trouble.
And see, I feel like some of them can be challenged. We can get away with some of them. Like I've talked. I mean, like you said, we talked endlessly about watching a home run. Fine, it's
Sure.
I feel like it adds entertainment value. Go for it, absolutely.
Right.
But
And I just want to punch you in the face.
I know. But luckily for
Fine.
me,
Not you.
I'm
Not you.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'm talking about the guy in the box. I want to take Yasiel Puig and hit him with my keyboard. That's all.
That's true.
Like, lick your bat. How does it taste? How does the V key taste? I'm going to smack him. That's all.
But some of the things that we've seen this year, we talked about. We talked about the game policing itself. We had some issues with the Astros, both pitching and hitting. We had we talked about Free Joe Kelly, and him
Yes.
throwing behind Bregman and Correa and chirping at him a little bit. But then you had some Astros throwing at Ramon Laureano. Is that who that was?
Yeah, I think that is who it was.
Yeah, and they threw at him, and he was barking a little bit, chirping a little bit at those guys, and then there ended up
Sure.
being a little bit of a scuffle. Not much more than that. I wouldn't even
No,
say
just
a
a little dust
brouhaha
up.
or a yeah.
It didn't go
But
to
so-
fisticuffs.
No, it did not.
Wasn't
So-
a Donnybrook in the infield for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But so I ask you, Brig, which one of those was more on the right? Was Kelly more on the right throwing at the Astros? I mean, I guess this is a dumb question because we know why Kelly did it. The
Come
reason
on,
the Astros
man.
were throwing at Laureano was because he's hitting home runs. Is it okay to throw at a guy if he roughs you up for 4 home runs in a 3-game series? Like,
No.
do you feel like that's okay?
No.
And I don't
No,
either.
be
And it
better.
goes- yeah, exactly. Be better. Be mentally tougher and throw better pitches. And it goes
Now-
back to that not swinging at the first pitch after the pitcher just giving up back to back.
That's right.
It's like
That's
that's
right.
on the pitcher.
Now, hold on. The value has changed, though, because 30 years ago, this was 35 even. This was way different. You crushed it even one time against Nolan Ryan, and he was going to put you right back in your diaper.
Same thing with Bob Gibson. Bob
Gibson's
was
a
gonna
great
throw at
example.
you if you hit a home run off of him, you knew you were getting hit or thrown at the next time you got up there.
One time. You get one time, and then he is going to put the pants back on in that relationship, and he is going to make sure that you are crying for mama.
Yeah,
Now-
exactly. And
Now
Sorry, go
that I will tell you that level of ruthless policing itself, sort of Wild West baseball, I love it. I am drawn in some misplaced or some misguided, ill-placed, macho sort of just gritty, like, I don't know, old school, like toxic masculinity or something, but it strokes that part of me that I can't get very often.
And see, for me, what it is, it's pouting. It's
Of
pouting.
course it is. That's why it's
Striking
toxic
out-
masculinity.
Striking
Yes.
out is just as much as part of the game as hitting a home run.
Agreed.
There's no reason you should be throwing at a guy because he succeeded against you. He's going to
listen.
fail against you 9 out of 10 times he sees you, especially if your name is Nolan Ryan or Bob Gibson. Let him succeed
Yes.
against you one time. He's not going to do it again.
Yeah, but listen,
He doesn't have you figured out. Nobody has you figured out.
right, but nobody has them figured out because they will throw at your face.
And
That's part of the dynamic. Now, listen, here's the problem. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that it does add a dynamic you can't get anywhere else. It is a hunter gatherer sort of hyper vigilant, I'm in charge mentality that we are losing in baseball. Is it right that we're getting away from that? Absolutely it is. But we have to acknowledge the past as the past. We have to put those values and those systems in place because that's what it was. And back then, not only was it wildly acceptable, but it was also completely the norm.
Right. And back then, I mean, it's like what people talk about the NBA now. They're like, oh, guys who played in the 80s, I love the 80s because it was like, clotheslining guys and hard fouls. You couldn't get to the hoop, and now just you can't touch anybody. And it's like, okay, but those were the rules then. These are the rules now. Basketball is actually far more entertaining. The ratings are better now than they were then. With baseball, you risk losing your stars. I mean, think about how much Mike Trout would have gotten thrown at.
A ton.
And not because of launch angle. He's not hitting home runs like these other guys do. He has a natural home run swing, and he is incredibly strong. He's going to hit a lot of home runs, whether it's the launch angle era or it's the 70s when guys are going to throw at him. He'd be getting thrown at every other game.
He would. I agree with you. I'm just saying that was a dynamic of the game back then that we don't have today.
Right. Yeah, and I still just can't comprehend it. I don't understand it.
I do. I do understand it. I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I get it. It's not hard for me in my mind to say Nolan Ryan feels like he is on top of the world on that 18 inches of mound. Okay.
Right.
And he feels like he is absolutely not only in charge in the moment, present-minded, but entitled to being in charge. Where his role is to dictate not only the pace, but also the execution of play. And he is going to do everything in his power to single-handedly affect the outcome of the game. Now, if he throws on you, and let's say something doesn't break and it hangs, which happened occasionally, and some guy goes yard on him, then he will do everything in his power to make sure that he is back in the driver's seat, dictating the game, because he genuinely feels he is entitled to managing the entire pace of play. He feels like not only is he entitled to it, but it is his sole duty and responsibility. And that's part of that mentality is what made him so effective and why every time we talk about the greatest pitchers of all time, he's at the top of the list.
Okay, now I got one for you.
Okay.
So last Wednesday, this is what started this whole string of blowouts.
Yes.
We had the Braves and the Marlins. The Braves beat the Marlins 29-9. We had in the bottom of the seventh inning, the Braves were up 25-9.
Yes, they were.
Load the bases, and then you've got Adam Duvall gets up and hits a grand slam to put the Braves up 29-9. Do you throw, or do you find it acceptable to throw the next pitch at Ozzie Albies?
No.
Okay, because that's what would have happened before. Ozzie Albies would have taken it to the dome.
No, I don't think it would have.
I do. Up 25-9, and the dude hits a home run with the bases loaded, gets a grand slam. Ozzie Albies would have been down and out.
No, he wouldn't have. No. He would have been down and out the next time they came to play each other. The next time they saw each other,
no, Duvall would have been down. Duvall would have been down and out the next time they played each other.
That's what. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But no, I think the very next pitch would have been headed at, no pun intended, Albie's head.
I like what you did there. No, I think it, and it depends on whether there was a pitching change between those two instances.
I don't think it depends on a pitching change either. I think no matter who's throwing the ball, if they bring a new pitcher in, the reliever, they're handing the ball and it's like, you know what you need to do. Yep, I do. He's down.
Yeah.
And and the same pitcher, I think he's like, well, that sucked. Boom.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, look. So Nolan Ryan, he's a terrible example. Let's say somebody else gives up that many runs back then. Okay, somebody who's way less capable. And because Nolan Ryan would never have done that. But let's say they give up that many runs. They are packing it in and waiting for the next appearance, the next opportunity to face this team. They are not going to execute retribution then. And if they do, it will be seen as petty and disingenuous and whatever else. That's disingenuous is the wrong word. But you know what I mean? Like it will be seen as petty and small. But the next time they saw each other, everybody's on the docket. Everybody. And they know they're going to run through ejections like crazy. And everybody's okay with it.
Do you think Acuna is up to get plunked the next time then?
Everybody.
Because
35 years ago, 40 years ago, everybody.
I mean, that's the way it would work, is especially the leadoff guy, like Acuna.
Yeah,
you'd much rather hit him than have him swing his bat.
Oh, so, for sure. Take your base,
but
send a message at the same time. That's how it all was, old school. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I feel like Albies is on his back, though, the very next batter. That's how I feel like it would have worked.
Okay.
And
35, 40 years ago, maybe so.
Yeah.
But I don't think so with that many runs on the board. I think they're packing it in and planning their revenge for later.
Okay. We have a really fun segment. At least, I mean, we think it's going to be really fun, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Super duh. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get started, I do need to give credit to my wife, Mel, because she put this all together for us. She went through all these bags and she divided them into, we have like these little, where did I put it? I'm trying to find number one. I don't know. I'll find it in a minute. But anyways, so we have these bags. We have these bags of sunflower seeds, and she divided them up so we could do a blind taste test on this. So we're going to go through. We have 14 of these bags, and we're going to go through, taste them. I don't know what they are, and I was kind of using this as an excuse to like try new flavors of seeds because I sit at my desk all day and pretty much just eat original. it's like really all that I do.
Okay, all right. I
have
have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your go-to number one if you could have whatever sunflower seed you like? Let's clear the air. Let's set the baseline here. You know, what is your
if I could have
number one
any
go-to?
flavor? My number one
flavor,
go-to.
Any company. What is it?
Okay, so my number one go-to, and this is actually the very first flavor of seed that I ever had in my life. I would have jalapeno hot salsa by David's.
What?
They're really, really good. Like, Brig.
Wow.
You don't even know. Like, that good.
Wow.
It's like the big time. What about you? What's yours?
It's like the big time. That's terrific. I hate to break it to you. You're the most wrong right now, and that's fine. I don't know if you could sense the incredulity in my silence, but that's what it was. And I just love you, and I mean it, but I just can't agree. That's fine. I won't yuck your yum. Here's what I'm saying, is that for me, the best sunflower seed I've ever had it's by Biggs. And it's their sea salt and black pepper. Don't just give me cracked black pepper. It's got to have sea salt. It's got a little anchor on it. There's a little swash of blue across it. It's royal blue. And I'm telling you right now, when I lived in Monterey, the base I was stationed at, they had them at the little post exchange, little shopette, and I would buy them. That's where I found them, and they were great. And so when I left there, I went back for one of my buddy's weddings. I was the best man at his wedding, and as my best man gift, he bought me like 13 bags of these sunflower seeds, and I had them for like 3 years.
That's fantastic.
It was the best gift ever. And
I can totally see where you're coming from.
They're so hard to find.
I can totally see where you're coming from on this too, because I'll get cracked pepper, but I will not eat them alone. Like, I'll put them with original, so I have that salt and pepper flavor. I'll put them with barbecue, so I get like, it kind of tastes like a steak, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
The two of those together. So I'll eat cracked pepper, but never alone. And if you're getting sea salt and pepper, that's going to be a winning combination. I don't know if I'd say big time, but it's going to be a winning combination for sure.
Oh man, you just had to downgrade that, didn't you? So listen, baseball family, what we're going to do is we have our preferred note-taking methods in front of us. As you can see, I have a pen, and I also have the husk of the bubble mailer that Melanie put this all in, that I have Look at this. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can see that I have titled it Sunflower Standoff. And the scale is from 1 to 10 with my crappy handwriting. And I've got this list down the side. And what I'm going to do is very likely auction this off one day. So be excited that you're here, and you'll know the significance of this crappy list I'm making.
Excellent. I love it. I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone. So,
God. Yay! Okay.
if you request it, I'll send you a screenshot of my list at $5 a piece. So
I was gonna start the bidding at my auction at like a penny. I don't know. Brad, you're bilking these people for $5 a screenshot? Jeez. You better tell everybody what your Venmo is. Just tell them. Just get it over with.
Offhand, is it JoJo Cornrow? Is that what it is?
It is. Just we'll put it
Just
in
like,
the doobly-doo. All right. If you just want to indiscriminately send Brad money, that would be a great time.
I'll be honest. You can find me on just about anything at JoJo Cornrow. Like that's like the default. If you're ever on anything, you're like, I wonder if Brad's here. JoJo Cornrow. Nope. Okay. And if I'm there, I'm there. You know. And
He's
sometimes
not
I
on
might
Squarespace.
not even know I'm there. I'm not sure if I'm on Reddit or not. But there might be a JoJo Cornrow out there. If there is, it's me. So.
Are you on MySpace? I'm gonna look really quick. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised?
It hasn't been active. I haven't been on it in probably 13 years. But there's a JoJo Cornrow. The MySpace. What is it? MySpace.com/JoJo Cornrow. It
was
exists.
oddly specific. Now I have to look.
Anyway, should we get started with this, Brig? We got a lot of these to
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, grab bag number 1. So here it is, bag number 1. Little sticker in
Got
the
it.
corner. You can see that on YouTube. I have no idea what these are, but I'm going to grab a few and I'm going to throw them in my mouth.
Yeah, me
Enough
too.
to get the flavor.
We should also guess what we think they are.
Yeah.
Not just on a scale, but let's guess.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bite the seed directly.
Don't tell me what you guessed. Unless you want to. Yeah, better tell me. Yeah, I think it's barbecue.
Yeah. That's some kind of barbecue.
Yeah. Watch it be some funky, like, special barbecues. Like Mel found the most obscure barbecue sauce flavor ever.
I will say this. She had kind of a hard time finding a variety of flavors, because I wanted to do this episode back in like June when we weren't sure when we were going to get baseball, and so she spent a long time actually trying to find flavors and stuff. So I don't know how obscure we're going to get, but
For
yeah,
the
that's some
record,
kind of barbecue.
JoJo Cornrow is not coming up on MySpace. Let's move on.
All right.
Now we can put that to bed.
Yep. All right, I got to spit my seeds out.
Yeah, me too. I'm using a Coke Zero can for tonight's festivities.
I have a clear Quick Trip cup that I'm not going to show you because it's clear, and so you'd see seeds at the bottom. That'd be disgusting. So
You guys have Quick Trip out there?
yeah, we do.
No, we do too. Huh?
Oh, no way.
No way.
Well, and see, we've been kind of bummed since we moved here about the Quick Trip because it's not quite a Maverick.
No.
It's really close, but it's not quite.
Yeah.
But it'll do in a pinch.
Yeah.
So
All right,
so
I'm
it's-
ready for bag number 2.
it's doable. All right, I got number 2 in my hand, opening right now. I'm gonna only grab like 2 or 3 this time. I had like a whole mouthful last time, and that's just not necessary.
Oh,
these are
that's
good.
terrific. That's really yummy.
That tastes. Honestly, that tastes a lot like the jalapeno hot salsa. It's a little bit sweeter. That
like-
might be like a chili lime.
Chili lime. Yes. It's a Baja lime thing going on.
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh.
I'm actually gonna set that aside because that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably. So I got to put this together later tonight, and I'll probably munch on that bag because that's fantastic. Yum.
That's terrific. I have to downgrade my rating on the previous bag because I'm like, well, the standard has changed.
It did. It's true. All right, you ready for number 3, Brig?
Yes, I will put fewer in my mouth from now on.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
still put like
sound
3 or
bite.
4 and I think there might be a T-shirt coming on with that.
No.
I can see it now. Yep, I can see it. Yep, I'm going to work on that tomorrow, and it will be on the shop next week. There we go.
Thanks for signing me up for that.
Hey, no problem. I'll even put you as like a reference at the bottom. Like, Brig said this. This is not just out of nowhere. Brig said this. Number 3.
There's like burnt pickles.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good at all.
No, I don't like it. I'm not even gonna eat the kernel. It's not good at all.
Okay, this is the first time I've decided I need to rinse my palate. What the heck is that?
Yeah, I think your spot on that might very well be Spitz dill pickle. I'm calling my shot on that. Number 3.
Wow, you just pointed at left center. Look at you.
Yep.
Spitz, you went all the way to the brand.
The thing that's funny about that is I've had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you gotta try Spitz dill pickle," and I've always been afraid to because I was worried that it was going to taste disgusting. And that's what I imagine it tasting like.
Yeah, but these were burnt. This was literally a charred or a roasted pickle.
And it roasted sunflower seed with dill pickle flavoring on it.
Yeah, I know, but
That's
usually,
what I imagine you're gonna get.
usually dill pickle's not that bad. I've had a lot of pickle seeds, and they're not that bad. That was like burnt.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
All right,
here we go. Number 4.
Whoa!
Oh, I haven't got it in my mouth.
Whoa!
That tastes like candy.
If sunflower seeds were a Cinnabon, this is what it would taste like.
Uh-huh.
What the crap is that? It's
Oh
terrible.
my gosh, you don't like it?
No!
And see, it's not quite like a Cinnabon because I don't like Cinnabon. It's not that rich, but man, it tastes like a dessert seed. I think it's pretty good.
I feel lied to.
You feel lied to? That's
I
not
feel
actually a sunflower seed?
violated, man. I expect I expect savory. Get a sweet. What the heck is this? What is this? Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Friggin' sunflower seeds. Ugh. That's what I'm calling Cinnamon Toast Crunch sunflower seeds. How do you spell cinnamon? Who cares? CTC. We're calling it CTC.
CTC. All right, very good. Was that number 4 or number 5?
That was 4. That was definitely number 4. You'll notice.
Oh, you're right.
By the number strategically located in the corner of the little baggie.
I know. I thought maybe I just grabbed the wrong. I don't know.
I hope
Either
you
way.
don't come out of order. That would be terrible.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Okay, that's a
so the
0.
aftertaste on that is terrible. I'm downgrading that
Oh man.
because man, it was the initial flavor was really good, but then I got them out of my mouth, and the aftertaste is disgusting.
This T-shirt's gonna have a whole list of
Yuck.
sound bites on it. Okay, you ready for number 5?
Yeah, I got number 5.
Okay.
Number 5 alive. Is that how that goes? It's not bad.
It is pleasant. But what is it?
I have no idea.
Because it's not just barbecue. It's something else.
No, there's something with it, and I can't place it.
But it's barbecue and something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe are they taco? Is this a taco flavor?
It could be.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, that might be some kind of taco flavoring.
Yeah, that's what it tastes
pretty
like.
good.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. I'd try that again.
Yeah, not right now, maybe, but yeah. Okay, what do
All
you
right.
think? We're gonna do two more?
Let's go half.
Yeah.
Let's do 6 and 7, then we'll take a break.
Okay, let me rate tacos.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Got it.
Curious about number 6. I'm gonna go ahead and get number 6 rolling.
Yeah, me too. I got
While
it. I'm
you.
here.
Okay. All right. I got too many. There we go.
Oh wow.
It's limey.
Yeah, I wrote lime.
Very limey.
And then I wanted to say, I wanted another qualifier on there, or some sort of adjective or something, a verb maybe,
A verb to describe something.
like lime explosion, or
okay.
lime express, or so much
Lime
lime.
explosion. I feel like is fitting.
Yeah, I'm putting lime
Yeah,
explosion.
that's very very limey. A little bit too limey for me.
Yeah, it's so limey it could be British.
Oh, there you go. I see what you did there.
Ah! All right. Sorry.
All right.
I mean, I'm not sorry. I thought that was pretty good.
That was good. I liked it. All right. One more.
One more.
And then we'll take a quick
Let me
break.
cleanse the palate
And
real
then we'll
quick.
get back to it. Yeah, I probably should.
Okay.
That was lime explosion, I think, is the perfect description for that.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
There it is.
Number 7.
That is big sea salt and black pepper. That is what that is. That is like coming home.
That's really good.
You got to do it with the lowercase I and the capital everything else. Oh,
That's a good one, Brig. I like that a lot.
that's what that is. We should get an affiliate code or something from Amazon for these. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 25.
And I'm going to give it a 10 because it's really good.
You don't
I mean,
have to
it's
be
up there
nice to
with
me.
that second one.
You don't have to do that.
No, I'm not Brig. I know I don't have to be nice to you.
I know.
Jason and I had a conversation about that the other day.
About being nice to me?
I don't have to. Yeah. That I'm not generally.
That you're not nice to me?
Yeah, not on. Yeah.
This is great. All right.
All right. So that's number 7. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to go 8 through 14, and who knows what we'll find on the way.
Oh, man. We've already topped it off. All right, baseball family, welcome back. We're going to go through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I itemized all of those for my 4-year-old, so she knows that Dad knows how to count at least that high. Not long ago, she counted to 100, and I was duly impressed, as were everyone else involved. And then she
Should
credited
be 4
me
years
with
old,
it.
counting to 100.
Yes.
Man.
But then she credited me with having taught her that, and all I did was raise the roof, which also shows how old I am. So I was
Very good.
okay, very good. All right, we got more seeds, thanks to Melanie, and we're gonna get after it. You ready with number 8, Brad?
I got number 8 right here, ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
I
Grab
got
my
your
pinch.
number 8 right here. Ugh.
All right. That is
Oh, what the hell?
not good.
What the
Not good.
Man.
Yuck. That's disgusting.
Oh,
That is a 1.
it tastes like
Yuck.
burning death.
Yeah, that's going to go like straight in the trash later.
That, I'm telling you, tastes like charred, like burning hair.
That might taste better, I'll be honest.
Oh, you burning hair might taste better.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Don't anybody listen, you listeners out there. I know you're thinking, how does Brig know what burning hair smells like or tastes like? I don't want to answer that question right now, but I will tell you. that's what that tastes like to me.
I just chugged my water.
It tastes like rust and just
Yeah, that's
that
disgusting.
tastes like Dorian Gray's soul. Oh.
Where's number? Let's move on. I need something different. Let's get on number 9.
I need some positivity in my life. Please,
Yuck.
please be good.
Okay.
God,
Here we go.
That's awful. It keeps coming back.
I know I'm having a hard time getting past it with this next one. Let me see. But this is not good either.
No, this is terrible. What is that?
That's gross. Another 0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. I'm really curious because I'm sure there is a ranch in here somewhere, and there are a few things in this world that I hate more than ranch.
You know that could have been ranch right there. That last number 9.
That very well could have been.
And I love ranch. Love it. It's liquid salt, man, and it's just creamy liquid salt, and it's so good.
Yeah.
But
Can't do it.
man, that's awful. I'll bet that was ranch. That's what I'm calling it.
Yuck. All right.
Ugh. Did not like. Okay,
Well, we're
hold on.
really burning through the second half here. Number 10.
Number 10. Ugh.
All right.
This is great. I'm having so much fun. We should, you know what we should do next is we should blindly taste like pastries or something. Like let's be blindfolded.
That'd be good content. Good YouTube content for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is another like kind of sweet one.
Yeah.
It's not great,
No.
but it's not as bad.
No.
I'll probably give it a 2.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna give it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, get it out.
I mean, it's just boring.
Yeah, but it did get rid of that other flavor, and I am grateful for that. I do need some more water though to get rid of that one.
Yeah, but what the heck was it?
I can't even place it.
Me neither. But it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm stuck on Old Bay. I hope Old Bay is coming because I really like Old Bay. But every time I'm like, "What is that?" My brain says it's not Old Bay, and then all I can think about is Old Bay.
and I don't know if there's Old Bay in there. I'll be honest with you because I know it's hard to find around here.
Oh,
So
okay, that's fine.
if we do get it, it'll be a pleasant surprise, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
Me neither. It was. It's like you talked about that one where you called it a Cinnabon. You expect to be getting some degree of salty and savory with your seed, but that was like lightly sweet, but not enough to. I don't know. It was weird. It was really weird. Yeah. Mel even just told me. She said, "I will say that last half was a bunch of funky flavors." So, and she
Okay,
was kind enough to refill my water for me.
that's so wonderful of her, man. She is for the win right now.
She is truly having put together this episode for us and everything. Excellent. All right. You ready for number 11?
11 it is. Hey, while she's there, ask her if there's a rhyme or reason to the color-coded stickers.
Oh, hey, Mel, is there a rhyme or reason to the color-coded stickers?
Huh?
Is there a rhyme or reason to the sticker colors? Or is that just what you pulled off the thing?
That was from the multi-pack at the dollar store.
From the multi-pack at the dollar store.
No rhyme or reason.
And no rhyme or reason. It just ended up the way that it did.
That is, number 11 is David's original.
It is. And it's fantastic. I love it.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. I know because, like I said, I eat these all day, every day.
Yeah, that's
They're
what that
delicious.
is. Yeah.
And I got to say, that's a good little palate cleanser after those last few that we had.
I am not
Kind of
upset.
needed it.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it off to the side in case I need a palate cleanse.
That's a good idea. Okay.
This poor Coke can. All right. Number 12.
Okay, Number 12.
Now
Here we
batting
go.
for the Baseball Together podcast, number 12.
This is seasoned. Like, so very seasoned.
Is it Lowry's?
I don't know.
That's
Is it Lowry's?
That's Lowry's.
Maybe. I don't know. I can just see it, like, it is visibly, it's like fuzzy, it's so seasoned.
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's Lowry's. That's the best steak seasoning salt in the world, I think. Talk about something so simple that is good every single time. You can't go wrong. I think that's what that was.
It is really good. I like it a lot. That's great. 10 out of 10. We'll try again.
Yeah, that was
It's
pleasant.
good.
That was pleasant and a half.
I don't really want to spit it out because it's like the best flavored one we've had in a few tries.
In a few tries, well qualified, sir.
Besides the original. In fact, while I enjoy this flavor a little bit, let's talk about seed sack, Brig.
Oh, that's a great
I got
idea.
this little bag right here. It's this canvas bag, and this is actually what I keep my seeds in all day, every day. Used to, I kept them in a Ziploc bag, like so, like you see on YouTube, like we have all of these. But it gets messy, seeds break, and they get to be holes in the bags. Until I was introduced to the seed sack, and legitimately, fantastic, amazing little bag. I've talked about it several times on the podcast. This is in the Christmas episode, and I'm not kidding you, Brig. I use this thing every single day.
Yeah, I got to
And
get one.
You do got to get one. It's amazing. There's a link down in the doobly-doo. They are one of our partners, and we are very proud to be partnered with them because, like I said, love it. I would not recommend it if I did not truly love it. So
Yeah, that's
get
true.
yourself a seed sack for all your seeds.
Yeah, you're really
All right.
stodgy. Is that the word we're going to use?
What was that?
I called you stodgy, but that's not the word I wanted
even
to
know
use.
what
That's
stodgy
not. It
means.
means uninspired, and I just didn't think that was.
Oh.
It's not at all what you are. You're stingy with what you endorse, though. Like you don't throw recommendations out wildly, and
That's true.
neither do I. But
I do it so seldomly that a recommendation is essentially a guarantee, in the words of Ron Swanson.
oh my gosh. Oh, well, very well played there, sir.
Thanks for setting me up and just you lobbed that one up for me.
Unbeknownst
All right,
to
Brig,
me.
sorry.
Okay. All right.
Are you ready for number 13?
I was in my mouth, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I need to rinse out number 12 real quick just so that it doesn't influence number 13. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure.
Well, I feel like we've done this one already.
I do too.
This feels
this
like
that-
number 5 again,
Was this the chili lime one?
or the taco one maybe.
Oh. Maybe.
No,
I feel like there was some lime in there.
there's
again,
a
though.
lot of lime in this one. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So it could be that number 2 Baja chili lime thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. It's still good if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is she teasing us? Is this a twofer? That would actually be super funny if she did.
I think that she did do a twofer. Did you do a twofer? Did you do? Oh no, she didn't. She did not do one.
There are
flavor
no
twice.
repeats here.
She did say somewhere very similar though. So
All right.
I will give that one like a 7 though. Good, not great. Okay, here we go. Last one, number 14.
Hold on.
Brig, I'm gonna be honest with you on number 14. This looks a lot like jalapeno hot salsa seeds.
Are you already? You haven't tried it yet? You're just looking at it.
I'm just looking at it. The appearance gives it looks the same as jalapeno hot
Okay.
salsa.
All right. Hold on. I'm getting it open.
So, well, hurry
Yeah,
it up.
okay, so-
my seeds are going in. That's jalapeno hot salsa by David.
Yes, it is.
That's so good. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's going in the eat later pile.
Put it in the
A
seat
little bit
sack.
spicier than I remember, but they're still so good.
All right, now I usually don't do spicy, so I'm a little surprised at how much I like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see, I do spicy, but not to the point where I can't taste it. I got to be able to taste my food.
I'm
Like,
a
there's a certain establishment. I shouldn't talk with seeds in my mouth. There's a certain establishment that does a challenge with hot wings, and I've never done the challenge because I'm like, no, I want to taste my wings. I don't want them to be so hot. I can't taste it. So
a friend of mine here, if he doesn't like have an existential crisis, it's not good enough.
oh, really?
And me, I'm like a complete sissy la about it. Like I can't. if the scale, if I'm at if I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and they're like, what kind of heat you like? I'm like garlic parm. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll do a 3 if I really want to impress this person. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, and that's how I am too. Like, I stick with the mild. Mild is about as hot as I get. Sometimes I'll do Asian zing, but mostly I'm like in the mild range because it, like I said, I want to be able to taste it, so it's better that way. All right, Brig.
holy cow, man! This
Are you ready?
this was something else today. I think.
Yeah, I like it. It's a little bit different than what we normally do. I'm opening my cards. Are you opening your cards right now?
Yes. And I'm also opening the bag of number 7.
Oh, because you want to have some more.
Yes, I'm gonna have some more. It's just too good to pass up, and it's my favorite.
I'm not doing it because I can't. I don't talk well with seeds in my mouth, as you've
I
noticed.
don't even care.
So, all right, here we go. Number one.
Number one.
Are you ready for number
I'm
one?
ready.
I feel like David Letterman. Number one. Gotta play the trombone a little bit with it, you know. All right. Number one is Spitz Spicy Sweet Chili.
Well, we got that wrong.
Yeah, we did.
What did you rate it?
And that was a 5. I gave that one a 5.
I did too. Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay. All right. Are you ready for number 2?
I'm ready, man.
David Jumbo Ranch.
Crap.
Very surprised. Very surprised.
Very. What did you give that?
I gave it a 10.
I gave it an 8.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I have expressed my disdain for ranch. Like, Brig, I hate ranch. Like, the fury that I hate ranch is like the fire of 1,000 suns.
Until now.
I'm not kidding you. Like, yeah, like until now, apparently, Jumbo Ranch by David, those are my favorite seeds. Who would have thought? Not me, that's for sure.
Wow.
And to think all those years that I was snubbing my nose at David Ranch seeds, just like, no, I don't like ranch. I'm like, golly, I need to like challenge myself a little
I
bit.
love this. This is great. This is better.
Okay, are you ready for number 3, Brig? Okay, first, what did you rate number 3?
A 2.
A 2. I gave it a 1. It was Big's Cheeseburger.
It tastes like burned
Gross.
pickles.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
and it makes sense. It makes sense that it would taste like burnt pickles.
Yes, it was terrible.
Okay, number 4. I gave number 4 a 6.
I give it a 0. I'm still offended.
David Sweet and Salty.
Get out of here. See? Cinnamon
Yeah.
Toast Crunch.
Yeah. And I get it. It makes sense now. All right, number 5, Brig. I gave number 5 an 8.
I gave it a 6.
And that is David Barbecue.
Oh yeah. I called
And
it.
see, I like David Barbecue.
It wasn't bad.
I think they're good.
It was
so.
okay. If it was
Yeah.
the only seed available, I'd be super happy about it.
Yeah. All right, number 6, I gave a 6.
I gave it a 3.
Spitz Chili Lime.
Yes! Lime Explosion for the win.
Nice. Yeah, we called that one Lime Explosion, Mel. Mel's sitting here now.
All right.
So,
This is the best one ever. Ready? Number 7.
all right, number 7. Number 7. I gave this one a 10. Biggs. What'd you give number 7? Brick?
25.
A 25. Okay, so you said it was
Sea salt and black pepper.
what brand?
Biggs.
Biggs. So it is Biggs. Biggs cracked pepper.
I know. I'm a little disappointed that there's. Are you sure, Mel?
It said just cracked pepper on the package.
There was no
yeah,
anchor
not sea
on
salt
it?
and pepper.
50 cents.
Yeah, no anchor, nothing, just straight cracked pepper. That was really
It
good
is
though.
really good. I'm a
So-
little bit sad. That
All right,
means that
number-
if this is a 25, then the other one would be a 50 out of 10.
It would
Yeah,
be. That's
yeah.
true. I mean, the math checks out. So.
Right. All right.
Okay, here we go. Number 8, we have Biggs Sizzlin' Bacon, and I gave it a big fat 0. That actually surprises me at the amount that I love bacon, but that was disgusting.
Yeah. That's the one we said tastes like burnt hair.
Yes. Yeah, and I said burnt hair might taste better than that.
It was awful. It was
So-
the most awful.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
terrible. Okay, number 9. Number 9, we've got. What did we call? Well, first off, I gave number 9 a
Me
0.
too.
What did you give? Okay, what did we call
I
number
thought
9?
it was
Did we
ranch. I
decide-
thought
did
this
we
was
land on that?
ranch.
Okay, well, it would make sense because this is Taco Bell Taco Supreme.
Yeah. Or, right.
It's Biggs, so that makes sense. Also, because I don't feel like that's a flavor that translates. If you're gonna have Taco Bell, it's got to be in the form of Taco Bell, not in the form of anything else. Because
There's
that's
just not enough
weird.
Velveeta to go around in a sunflower seed.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay, number 10. I gave number 10 a 2.
I gave it a 1. Yep.
A
Yeah.
1. Spitz Smoky Barbecue.
Ugh. I called it sweet chili. What did you call it?
I think I agreed with
I
you.
think you're right.
I haven't been taking notes, but anyway, I think we'll come.
How are you
back.
gonna sell
I'll
your
share some of my thoughts.
screenshots?
It's just numbers, Brig. I don't know.
I'm telling you,
I didn't think the business plan through very well,
listen,
Brig.
my really, really shoddy bubble mailer torn off piece of it's really this just went up in value. Now it's the only one.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Supply and
Yeah, it
demand
definitely went up.
is this way this
Because of-
works.
Yes, exactly right. Okay. What's this? Number 11. I gave number 11 a 10,
Me too.
and that one's one we said was David salted, like
Bingo.
original, right?
Crushed it.
Crushed
Ah! Jinx,
it.
you owe
Number
me a
12.
Coke.
Number 12. I can't. This is a family-friendly show. I cannot give an appropriate response to that.
To be fair.
Anyway, all right. Number 12. I gave number 12 a 10 as well.
I gave it a 9.
David's spicy
Ooh,
queso.
that's the one I thought was Lowry's.
Yeah, that's
It's a good one. Yeah,
That's a
that
good
one's-
one.
If-
Highly
Me
recommend
too.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some of
Delicious.
that.
Okay. Number
Yeah.
13. What'd you give number
I
13?
gave this one an 8.
Okay, I gave it a 7. Giants Bacon Ranch.
Wow, Brad, that's two.
Since when do I like
That's two
ranch?
positive ranch experiences for you, my man. The world
Wow.
is coming to an end.
It must be.
Do you
That's
have a
insane.
window nearby? Are
Right
pigs
behind me.
flying out there? Because they're not flying out here. I don't see any.
No, they're not. No pigs flying.
That's important information.
I did check.
I did too. Man, we're so weird. This is great. All right.
Number 14. Number 14. 10 out of... Actually, I gave it a 100 out of 10. I'll be honest with you. Because I knew what it was, and I told you it was my
Yeah.
favorite.
I
What did
gave
you
it
rank
a
that one?
7-8. I don't know. I was equivocating pretty hard.
7-8.
but
Jalapeno hot salsa, just like I
You
said.
got it, man. You got it.
Awesome. That was
That
fun.
was way fun, man.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, listen, baseball family, we
Yeah.
want to know what your favorite sunflower seed flavors are. We want you to what we really want you to do is send us stuff to do this with more on the show. So if you're like, "Hey, here's a 6-pack of Moxie," which happened, why don't you try it
happen.
and not let Brad
Yeah.
have any? But this time let's let Brad have some. If you want to send us stuff to try on the show, we'd be more than happy to. You can shoot us an email at support@9plusus.com, or you can join our private Facebook group at 9plusus VIPs. It's 9plusus VIPs. And then just shoot us a direct message. That's a great way to do it as well. But we will try combinations. We'll blind taste test stuff. As long as it's not illicit, it will be a really positive experience. And I feel that was important to say, I think. And there you go. This was a riot.